Alright, it's a little late in the evening. It's been a long day, but I promised myself I was going to do more of these. And if you look right over here, I have this giant pile of comics that I need to get to. Some of these were even purchased last year, maybe even the year before, so I've got to start whittling those down. I was going to do a bunch in October. A lot of them are horror or horror-esque titles. That did not happen. October was way too busy. But I'm going to at least catch up on a chunk of these. And there's going to be plenty Ninja Turtles, of course. I have lots of Ninja Turtle comics that I want to cover. And we're going to start with this because this is coming out right now. This is the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover number 3. I have read the first two. They are amazing. I really, really love this series. Every series has been written by Ryan. I don't know if it's just Parrot or is it supposed to be Perot? I'm not sure. But this dude, this is the guy that wrote them all, and they're really good. And I'm saying this as somebody who knows very little about Power Rangers. I saw like some of the original Power Rangers way back in the 90s when it was on TV, and that's it. I don't know anything about the world. Sometimes when the comics get into the Power Rangers mumbo jumbo about like the Morphin Grid or like the power morphers or like how they like share the morphin powers with the turtles, when it starts talking like that, I just kind of glaze over it cuz I don't know. I don't I don't know how it works, but as somebody who is only a fan of one side of this crossover, I still really, really enjoy these. They're well written. This crossover series does everything that you want a crossover series to do. It takes full advantage of both worlds and anything that could possibly happen when these two worlds collide. Every one, they push it a little bit further. We see something new. I love it. And I'll usually buy the big trade paperbacks like this, but this one, when this one came out, the Ninja Turtle community was super into it because of the Dan Mora art, and this series was so great. I'll probably review. I have the first one and the second one in trade. But the art was just so good. I started collecting it in the issues. And then I bought this, so I have it in issues and I have it in trade because I just love the art so much. And this one, we got Dan Mora to do the cover, but he doesn't do the inside art. But all three versions, or all three-ish volumes, we'll call it volumes, all three volumes has had their different artists, but the art has always been really good. This art is still really good. It's not Dan Mora, but it's still really good. So I only have issues 1, 2, and 3. This is all that's come out at the moment. I'm just going to cover these 3 issues. I'm not going to cover any later issues. This is just kind of a, we'll say like a preview of the storyline if you're thinking about getting it or curious what it's about. And then if you want to see the rest of it, you can go get it yourself. Unless something really, really interesting happens at the end of this, I probably won't cover the end unless I have something really interesting to say about the ending, but I think this is pretty good. But we're just going to start with this. So we got the Dan Mora cover. That's all he did on the outside. The inside is a different artist, but still a pretty good artist. Is this person. This person did the illustrations, and they're pretty good. I have seen this Ninja Turtle, the way these Ninja Turtles are drawn, I've seen them in other Ninja Turtle comics, so I'm pretty sure he's done Ninja Turtles before. But we're just gonna kind of flip through this a little. So the story starts with, I remember these are like putty guys, kind of like foot soldiers, just like nameless dudes. I don't even think they're people. I think this is a foot soldier. The white guys are the putty guys. Purple guys are foot soldiers maybe. And we've got Tommy and Leo, and they're fighting. And it's kind of a, so I guess you're wondering how we got here type situation. Where it's just, you know, big old fight scene. And we don't know what's happening. And then they're like, 3 weeks earlier. And it's just more fighting. They're fighting this big ass rabbit. I think this is War Bunny. We've got a foot soldier here. We just got fights. More fights. Oh, this is different. This is a different spot. So we've got a fight going on here. And then a fight going on in North Dakota where it's apparently snowing. And they're fighting on a train. And there's just a lot of fight scenes here at the beginning. And then they make it back home and they talk about how they're still looking for Shredder and Lord Zed. And this thing that came, the thing with the War Buddy was like a distraction from the train. But the second team managed to get the train. Yeah, they got away. They're like, we got the stuff, and then boom. And they're like, oh man. And so they're kind of figuring out their next move. Kim and Tommy are talking about going up to the moon by themselves. And Raph's like, I want in, and we'll just sneak and no one will know. Or I don't think Kim is going. I think it's just Tommy and Raph. And then here is the Moon Palace, and it is freaking sweet. I want to live there. That place is cool. And Karai comes in with the box and she's like, I got your stuff. And Shredder's like, hell yeah, thanks Karai. And then here's Zed. I know, I'm so good at I love doing these comics. Like, I don't even know if it's interesting to other people, but so, and the stuff just got left on the table for some reason, and then Raph and Tommy are there, and they're like, oh, what's in the box? What's in the box? And it's more of the Morpher things. Shredder and Zed are just up in the balcony like, hey guys, we can totally see what you're doing. And then they're like, Bebop and Rocksteady, go get him. And Raph's like, that's fine, this is what I wanted anyway, let's fight. Bebop and Rocksteady get Morpher suits, or whatever they're called. But they get their own little digivices, and they get to have Morpher suits, and I was super stoked. We got to see new Morpher suits on different characters. I don't even know. I'm going to call them Morpher suits. I don't know what they're called. So then more fighting, and they're kind of getting their asses handed to them. And so Team 2 comes in to help them out. And I put a paperclip on here because there is a bit of a spoiler in here. And I'm going to let the spoiler stay hidden for you guys. So if you want to know what happened, you can read the comics and also the first couple pages here. But the second one pretty much starts out with Shredder and Lord Zed. And they're like, we got a bunch more of these things. We got to hand it out to our soldier guys. They're like, so who are we going to give them to? And everybody's like, give me one. And they're trying to figure out what to do next. And in the meantime, bad guys are running around in their Morpher suits. We've got Toka and Razar. We got Leatherhead up here. I'm not a fan of this outfit, but this helmet that can open its mouth, amazing. Love it. Look at Karai. She looks amazing. Great outfit. And so, I think this is Zordon. Is that his name? Zordon? He's like, you guys gotta go down and fight. And everybody's like, will do. And this picture, like, their legs are so short. Why are their legs so short in this? And then these two, like, this is the most sarcastic calling of their... What is up with the mouths? They're just like, fine. But they get their suits on, which I'm assuming the suits give you extra strength and maybe extra speed, but I literally do not know what the suits actually give you. They come with weapons. You suddenly have weapons. Like I said, I've seen a few episodes in the 90s, and that was it. But, and then they show up and they fight. This one's doing the Care Bear stare. This guy's got like a bone stick using Tommy like a baseball. Just gonna hit him. Yeah, great fights. The Leatherhead helmet is so cool. It's just fight scene. And then here's Team B. They were holding back, I guess, waiting for something else. Or they split. I think there was like an argument and they split. And so Team 2 is kind of like, they know the others are fighting, but they're like, I think they're waiting for something else. Then we go to this place, which is like some government camp that they built around the Technodrome. They caught the Technodrome, but it's not like you could put the Technodrome anywhere, so it's just out with a fence. And Shredder comes down and he's like, I'm here to reclaim my house. And so the government's fighting with him, but then Shredder gets his cool outfit. This is such a great outfit for him. And once again, more fighting. And then here comes Team 2. Team 2 was ready for attack on the Technodrome. And so they're doing more fighting. Shredder's fighting, but like Lord Zed, he is out doing other stuff. He's breaking into the Technodrome. And Leo's there. Leo's there also in the Technodrome. Neither of these two live in this place. But they got in first. And that is volume 2. And now we're into volume 3. By the way, I love these covers. Look at the 2003 RAF cover. So cool. This is a great cover too. I really like this one as well. And once again, it's just more fighting. There's so much fighting in this. There's just a little bit of story and then a whole buttload of fight scenes. Once again, like Shredder is really going after... who's the red guy? Is that Jason? He's just really giving him like shit. And then they pick up the Technodrome and Leo's out for some reason. Maybe he just was like, oh, it's lifting. I don't want to go with it. He just got out for some reason. And Shredder's like, this is mine later. And here we're back at Power Ranger HQ. And I believe they caught them in the last volume. They caught Rita Repulsa and Krang. And now they keep them in like these little Mario pipe things for reasons. I don't know how that works. But they're like, will you help us get Shredder and Lord Zed? I think they're like, nah. No, we're not gonna help. They're like, don't you hate them? And they're like, yeah, but we also hate you. Now everybody's back together. There's no Team A and Team B. There's just one team. And they're deciding to kind of go at it together. And there's this hug here, even though I don't think these two were ever fighting. Oh, this dude, he sends out, there is actually a Team A and Team B. Because they were all gonna go together. And then Zordon was like, no, Leo and Tommy, because these two were beefing for a little bit. They were, which is why they split in the first place, because Tommy and Leo were having some issues. And he's like, no, you guys gotta, like, get together in your get-along bug and go to Dimension X. And they're like, fine. So, and then guess what? And there's more fighting. But this is really cool. In issue 1, there is like a very brief mention of Casey and April going to Dimension X to help the neutrinos. And this is the first time we get to see them, which is just so cool. Like, once again, I don't know the Power Ranger stuff. I don't know how it works. In the volume before, Casey got like brainwashed, and this was supposed to be like an evil Power Ranger outfit. You can see it's got like the X on the chest. And I don't know why these are different. And then April, she, like, the Turtles and April all got suits, but they like shared the power with a specific Power Ranger, and she shared with the Pink Ranger. So she was a Pink Ranger in both issue 1 and issue 2, and we're in volume. Story 1, story 2, and we're in the middle of story 3. And she's always been the Pink Ranger, so I got a little confused, but I do like yellow for April because it's her color. And these ones apparently come with like big spiky shoulder pads for all of them. And then we got the neutrinos, we got Kala, we got Zach, and then Dask either doesn't get one or he can't drive with the helmet on. I don't know. I hope he has one. But so cool. I love Kala so much. I like all the neutrinos, but I was like, the second I saw this, there's like no way it could be anybody else. So I'm like, it's Kala. This is me being a huge nerd. Zach says, that's our home you're talking about, Kayla. And this is not Kayla. Her name is Kala. Kala. This is Kala, not Kayla. I'm a little disappointed. Oh, and then here's some more bad guys. They got suits too, except for maybe Chrome don't. No, I guess when you see this pattern, he's got a Power Ranger outfit. He looks mostly the same. And then these guys, apparently they just went to, it looks like Japan. I assume they're in Japan. Then we got Leo and Tommy having their own little adventure, and they go to this other place. The reason they went here, there was like one fight, and it had to do with what happened in the spoiler, but there was like an energy surge during said spoiler, and they're following it, and this is where they end up. So this is also like a don't know where this is. And so they're going inside this cool ass palace, and there's a big old ghost tiger. And they're like, "Hey, ghost tiger, can we come in?" And the tiger is like, "No, no, you guys, you guys absolutely cannot come in." And then somebody zaps the tiger. And they're like, "Oh no, tiger." But then we just see it's Lord Zed. And he, of course, ate the mutagen or splashed it on himself. Who knows what he did. Because that's what every villain does. They always do the mutagen, especially in crossovers. Like, I didn't even bother to be like, and here's a spoiler. Because like, I don't even feel like it's a spoiler anymore. There's a villain, they're gonna do something with the mutagen. That's just the way it is. So that's what we got so far. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fighting. And this, I feel like this particular series, number 3, is the busiest plot of the 3. As you can see, it's just constantly getting together, splitting up, getting together, splitting up. Every single issue had like a team A and a team B for random reasons, and then at the end of issue 3, there were like 3 teams, and it's really hard. You know, I just read it, I think I read it last week, and then I sat down right before this video and just kind of flipped through and tried to remember everything, but there's just so much going on. However, I don't necessarily dislike a complex plot, but it is a lot. But every single page is just a lot of fun. The art's fun. I think the story's pretty fun. We still don't, like, there's so much going on. There's no real character arcs or anything. There might be something with Leo and Tommy that might be a little bit of a character arc. I mean, it's just all plot. Like, there's no character anything going on in pretty much any of these. I think all 3, like, they're just so busy, which I think that's, I mean, for a crossover, that's kind of what you have to expect. Like, it's just plot, 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 because the whole thing is just these 2 worlds collided, and now all this craziness has happened, and we need to figure out how to fix it. So that's it for these 3. If you're into Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, I have no idea why you haven't checked these out if you haven't yet. They're so good. All 3 of them are so good. I still think issue 2 is the best one. I think it has the best plot, the most fun stuff, as far as like what you can do with the 2 worlds colliding, and then just like a nice clean plot. I think the second one is the best one. And then of course, like, once again, the art is good in all 3, but like everybody looks so good in that second issue with Dan Mora. But that's all for tonight. I hope to get out a couple more reviews for the week, but we'll just see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.